Tonight at midnight, the Kakin Parliament will vote on whether or not to release the NASUBI files. Hello and welcome back to Suckwar Central, your source for all news, gossip, and updates from the Kakin royal family. My name is CJ, and we have huge news coming out of the Kakin capital today. A comprehensive dossier of the royal family's highly illegal activities at the Carnelivara and airship flights to Mr. Lisnorth's private island has been assembled. Assuming the Kakin Parliament votes to release the files, and why wouldn't they? They represent the people after all. We are about to find out exactly which of the princes are saints and which ones are sinners. So, the files are expected to drop at 8 p.m. on April the 4th Dark Continent time. In the meantime, I'm going to be hosting a vote, which you can find in the comments of this video, to vote for who you think will turn up in the NASUBI files. During this video, however, I'll be laying out my personal predictions for who's going to show up in the files and explaining why exactly I think so. To start with, I do not think the youngest three princes are going to appear in there whatsoever. I mean, they're all children, and I don't think Queens Savanti and Oito have been in the fold for long enough to get invited to something like this quite yet. That said, I do think if Momose were a bit older, she would totally be on the list. Recently, she was exposed as an administrator of the pro-Pariston anonymous image board Channer, and numerous inflammatory and racist rants posted to the site have been traced back to her IP address. Therefore, I feel like she'd fit right in with the crowd who are in the NASUBI files. 10th Prince Cacho and 11th Prince Bagetsu are probably also not in the files. I mean, they really just seem like ordinary young women who like nature and flowers and climbing. They've honestly always come across as the most normal of the Kakinian royal children, and to be honest, that makes me a little suspicious. Nobody in that family is normal. What are they hiding? It's like they're trying just a bit too hard just to seem like ordinary girls. I can't prove it, but I feel like there's gotta be something deeply wrong with them, you know? But is it NASUBI files bad? I don't know. I wouldn't gamble my life savings on these two showing up in the files or anything. Coming up next is 9th Prince Halkenburg, and we know this guy's clean, right? You can tell because he's been screaming, "Release the NASUBI files" since day one. He is not afraid of what's in those files, and you can count on that. And for people saying he's close with Terra Sandwich, look, that was one post he made on Facebox years ago, and he was in a really dark place then, okay? I mean, think about the last time you went on Facebox instead of Red Ant or iTube. Plus, the dude spends pretty much all his time criticizing the Kakinian monarchy and how exploitative it is. If Halkenburg is in the NASUBI files, I will eat my hunter's license live on TV, I swear to God. Next up, we've got Salisala. And I'm 50-50 on this guy. On the one hand, he's kinda always surrounded by women, so clearly he doesn't have to do any super illegal and unethical shit to get laid. But on the other hand, for narcissistic jerkwads like him, you can just never have enough. It's the hedonistic treadmill, you see? When all you live for is excess, you have to do more and more extreme things just to feel anything. Also, for anyone who's had the displeasure of listening to any of Salisala's music, the way he talks about women in his rap is just gross. In particular, the song "Change the World" always stuck out to me as extremely disturbing and misogynistic, and you have to wonder if that song was based on a real thing he did at one of these carnivals. Especially the verse about the Kiriko, holy shit, if I ever did that for real, you couldn't waterboard it out of me, but this guy put it in a song. Again, I just think that for someone who's never really seemed to care about anything except partying nonstop and who knows he'll never have to face any consequences for his actions, these types of carnivals and Lisnorth's Island are the places to be. Next up is 7th Prince Lucerus, and oh my god, this guy is 2000% in the files. You cannot convince me otherwise. If you guys haven't seen my other videos about the stuff that got leaked about the Kakin mafia families, please go watch them. But TLDR, Lucerus is kind of the kingpin of the Cha'ar mafia family and uses his royal money to bankroll their whole operation. These guys sell drugs, Lucerus shows up in the news with a new DUI every other week. It's not rocket science. It's pretty much guaranteed that he and his people show up to these messed up functions to sell their drugs. I don't know if he's done any of the really bad stuff, but he was totally there. And he definitely hangs out with the people who do. Okay, I have to be honest, I don't think 6th Prince Tyson is anywhere near the files. Sure, you could argue she seems like a sweetheart, but who cares, man, anyone can pretend. The real reason I don't think she's in the files, though, is because if she had those kinds of connections, she wouldn't be doing her weird religious grift thing. I feel her whole love cult has to be genuine. She's not two-faced, she's just crazy, and she's probably the oddball of the family that never gets invited to anything. 5th Prince Tbeppa, yeah, I don't trust it. She seems like just some nerdy scientist, but she always seems to have a limitless supply of academic funding, and sure, she's the 5th prince, but there's no way the 5th prince is that rich. I mean, every year, 1st Prince Benjamin takes money from the sciences and academia and funnels them into the military, so I feel like Tbeppa has to be doing some shady things to get that kind of cash. Plus, she's probably never felt the touch of a man otherwise, or woman. Maybe she swings that way. I don't want to assume. Don't cancel me, guys. So like, I could definitely see her attending those parties. And what really sells me on it is that publicly, she's always criticizing her siblings for being overindulgent and partying too hard. But when people started talking about releasing the NASUBI files, would you look at that? Not a peep from Miss Tbeppa. Seriously, go to her Facebox and Control F NASUBI files. Yeah, nothing. So I feel like she's definitely hiding something. 4th Prince Terra Sandwich. Oh, come on. This man is the guiltiest motherfucker alive. If the Carne Livara wasn't already a thing, this dude would invent it. And again, I've done multiple videos just on the stuff that's come out about him, but like, he's insane. He not only has ties to the Hale Lee Mafia family and a collection of scarlet eyes that he bought on the darknet, but the guy got caught watching snuff videos in public. When he was in university, he shot a fellow student in the kneecaps for insulting him, and he owns a hotel where over 30 women a year go missing. Terra Sandwich is and always has been completely insane, and there is a less than 0% chance he's not in the files. 3rd Prince Zlay, yeah, this guy's genuinely up there with Terra Sandwich. I mean, it's not as obvious for him, but he also parties hard, and he has ties to the GU Mafia family, who I want to remind you are the most notorious human trafficking ring in the world. Plus, he doesn't have any social media at all in this day and age. Like, that's hella suspicious. 2nd Prince Camila, honestly, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but there's no way she's in the files. The hate for her is like forced. It's misogynistic, okay? Look, you all just hate her because she's an empowered woman with a bit of attitude. I mean, she gave the have-nots the same rights as members of the army, and that cost her serious political status. Anyone who sacrifices themselves for other people like that has to be a good person deep down. Also, she loves cats, and like, nobody evil loves cats. And yeah, she said some questionable things, but like, when a man has that same kind of attitude, people love them. I mean, Ilimi Zoldyck has posted way worse things than Camila, and he still gets invited onto Peon's podcast. He still has a ton of followers. So yeah, boo me all you want, but when the files come out and Camila's not in them while y'all's goats are, I'm gonna be laughing at every single one of you sexist Camila haters. And lastly, 1st Prince Benjamin, dude. We literally have footage of him on Liz North's island giving head to the East Gortos Secretary of State in the library. I can't post it because I'm gonna get demonetized, but like, look it up. Anyway, he's the one person who's 100% confirmed to appear in the files. In any case, I've been CJ from Suck War Central, and I am so excited to get these files, guys. I'll post an update as soon as they drop, but in the meantime, don't forget to vote before 6 p.m. Dark Continent time on April 4th, and I hope you have a wonderful day.